Transforming Lives, Sutton. This is a film about people in Sutton who have directed their own support. Self-directed support changed my life.
It's surprising how many things you can use your money for. And I think everybody's quite shocked at how each other spend their money, because everybody is spending their money so differently. And direct payments have come such a long way, because you can use it so varied now for so many activities and so many different types of care.
But it's changing all the time, as I've said to you.
It's evolving.
Every time I come in and see Fred or someone,
something
else has happened. Yeah. And I said, well, I didn't know. And then I tell you, don't you?
And then I tell somebody else.
Carol's story.
I didn't know about direct payments, and neither did social services. Anyway, I eventually got on it, and gradually it did give me my life back.
It's nice taking control and having your life back and your freedom back.
Direct payments paid for me to come here, and then they very kindly let me use the money for going to craft classes and things elsewhere. And that opened up so many doors for me, and it's been wonderful. It was doing pottery here
that encouraged your crafts
that helped to change my life, because I didn't, other than having children, I wasn't creative at all. And I realised that I could actually make something, and the achievement, and it's just transpired from there, really.
And it gives you confidence.
Absolutely. It makes you feel like a real person again.
In your back part of society, doing normal things.
You don't feel a real person. Health-wise, it changed my life. I just couldn't breathe. And during the night, I had to have someone to stay with me, because I've got a nebulizer and I just couldn't open the nebules myself. Sometimes I used to think I was going to die.
Panicking, frightened.
I did. It was that bad.
Just having that weight taken off of you, that you can sit back and relax, and you know that you have got people looking out for you again.
Michelle's story.
My poor daughter she only was 10 months, and we were having different people come in every day. She wasn't being able to get a relationship. I couldn't get any rest when they were in, because I was having to guide them through her routine and sit with her, because she wouldn't be with them on her own. And the minute I went over to direct payments and had somebody regular come in, my daughter completely changed, because she started gaining trust in somebody. She's built a relationship with them, and she's like her kind of second mum coming in to look after her now. It's nice building up a relationship. You've got somebody that you know coming in, and you can trust them, and you know that they will do things how you would like them done. And it's made a big change. And it's I choose what time she comes in, I choose how she does everything, and now you can take a step back because they know her routine. So for me, it couldn't have worked better. And for me, it worked from the start. It can be such a life-changing experience, and can give, like you say, your life back and your confidence back, and make you feel part of a normal society again, instead of just being trapped in your home.
Carlton's story.
Well, before direct payments, I had to just have council people. Prospect just came out when they could come out. Direct payments meant that I could do the payment and choose when it was best for somebody to come out to me. It pays for me to get come out with Sharon and get out using the scooter, or otherwise I would have just been put in a car. So it's taught me to drive. It's also meant that I can live in a flat instead of in an institution like I used to be in. I've got my own flat now, so I live on my own, and it gives me 2.5 hours a day with carers coming in. If I need to go to any social events, my carer's there, because he's paid by direct payments, to see that I'm in the taxi all right and to sort things out. Well, it allows me to drive, because before I had direct payments, I just didn't want to do anything. Mum got me my first scooter with Sharon. It's changed me from a blind person to a sighted person, not seeing wise, but in normal everyday wise. But without direct payments, I wouldn't be so independent at SCILL. I'm now a computer teacher. I can teach blind people computers. I'm also a volunteer in the gym, making sure people do their exercises properly. without sight. I take people's CD players home, repair them and send them back. I've just done a 5th one. Really, I brought this out and the helicopter to show that blind people don't need to wander around with a cane and just play dominoes. They can fly helicopters and they can have one of these with a carer with them. Basically, give me a life that I feel that other blind people should be having.
Tracy's story.
Before direct payments, I didn't know when they were coming. I didn't know who was coming. I wasn't in control of it at all. And I didn't get the amount of time that I really needed for them. I got a lot less time. I ended up falling out with them. With direct payments, I can interview and employ my own people. The office at SCILL gives me the application forms. I look through, pick who I want to interview. I interview, pick who I want to employ, and I'm in control of it. I am the employer, so I know when they're coming, I pick the times. I'm really, really happy with it. With direct payments, my PAs that I've employed, they do my housework, washing, ironing, and take me shopping. Doctors, if I need them to come with me. And I've got them for the amount of time that I actually need them. I've got them 7 days a week. I would say it has changed my life completely. I'm more independent and I wouldn't go back.
Elaine's story.
I don't want to be sort of too dramatic about it, but before direct payments, not having any contact with horses, really, I was getting very depressed. I saw a social worker, Jane Bennett, and couldn't believe, when she suggested that I should contact the Diamond, and it all went from there really. And direct payments, I just can't stress enough how important it is, because it's given me back something that I had lost. Just being on a horse for that hour a week just gives me something more to think about. It just gives me that little bit of contact that keeps me going really, and looking forward to the next week. The riding is great for my health in general. I get exercise, I get out, I meet other people. I cannot believe that I'm competing again as well. I never thought that I'd compete on horses again, so I did a lot of competing before. This year I got to the Riding for the Disabled National Championships, and I was joint first in my class, but that was my first competition for 7 years, and I'm quite proud of myself for that achievement actually. And as I say, without direct payments that would never have happened. And it's great also when you have mobility problems, to be on the back of a horse and for a long time feeling that you can move freely around is a marvellous thing. It really is. So
Joe's story.
Living independently can help. It can help Sutton a lot, it can help you a lot. I've been living independently on my own house, converted premises, the last 25 years, but using care managers or care agencies for the last 20 years. And not only gives you independence, it also keeps the health authority bill down, because you don't go mental, which helps a lot. And getting the right agency and the right support does really make a difference. You can do whatever you want to do, you can get up when you want to get up. You can come and go as you please. You can say, I want to eat now, eat then. Do what you want to do, go to bed when you want to do. Just by using Sutton and SCILL, as Carol does, it gives you a great outlook, and SCILL is an independent system, and it really does help. I mean, I had a spinal injury 27 years ago, having spent 2 years in hospital, which I had to for various reasons. I wasn't ready quite to go into a home. First my mum looked after me, but she passed away. Then with the help of a GP and some good friends, I approached Sutton, then this is 20 years ago, to set up a care package, then providing the bulk of the money, which I'm very grateful to. And also I used the Independent Living Fund for top-up money. And it is a good system and it can work. But people do need support. And there are vulnerable people that will need the help of care managers. And it's important that they do get that. I'm sure they will.
Starring and thanks to Carol, Dawn, Elaine, Joe, Carlton, Michelle, Sue and Tracy. Filming, editing, music, Simon Honey. For further information, please contact the Self-Directed Support Service at the Sutton Centre for Independent Living and Learning on 0208 770 4045 or visit skill.org.uk, SCILL, or sutton.gov.uk/transforming lives. Transforming Lives, Sutton.